Shalom. I want to tell you a bit about STEM Cafe. STEM means science, technology, engineering, and math. In STEM Cafe, kids play with a lot of fun stuff, and then you interact with different science concepts and projects and activities by exploring, discovering fun stuff. You get to build things out of scrap, you make things and you make sense out of them, and you express yourself and you become very creative in STEM Cafe. Let's talk about our career of the day. Our career of the day is environmental scientists. Environmental scientists use their knowledge of the natural sciences to protect the environment. Environmental scientists and specialists use their knowledge of natural science to protect human health. They may clean up polluted areas, advise policymakers, or work with industries to reduce wastes. Now let's talk about fun facts of the environment. Fun fact number 1. Density is used to measure the salinity of seawater. Water densely packed with salt has high salinity. Fun fact number 2. Many igneous rocks from volcanic eruptions have low density. They are full of pockets of air. Fun fact number 3. Fireworks are just chemical reactions. Now let's see what our kids around the world are doing.
I want to take my color. Hey, why did the color dissolve in the water? I don't know. Look at mine. Mine too. Why is he doing this? Let's ask Auntie Shalom.
It is because the color and water have similar densities. Let's find out more about this in our water fireworks experiment. Let's go have fun. Let's go to our magic cabinet. Are you wondering what's going to be? Follow me. Let's go. Welcome to my magic cabinet. Now let's grab the materials we need for this experiment. Remember, everything is useful. You might want to keep all your scrap materials because you can be inventive and innovative with them. Now let's grab the materials we need for our experiment. Meet me at the workstation. Okay. Today we're going to be doing the water fireworks experiment. Have you ever seen water fireworks before? We're going to make one with basic materials around us. And the science concepts we'll be exploring are dissolution, density, and diffusion. Diffusion is the movement of molecules from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. And density is how loosely or tightly packed molecules are in an object. We are going to be using materials such as cold water, ordinary water, vegetable oil, a tall transparent cup and a small cup, and food coloring, which is optional. Okay, so now the first thing we want to do is to measure out some quantity of cold water, about 4 centimeters. Pour it into your long cup carefully. Then the room temperature water, you measure out about the same quantity. Are you wondering why we're using two different temperatures of water, the cold water and the room temperature water? You'll find out in the experiment. So the next thing we'll do is to pour out some quantity of vegetable oil, about 1 centimeter, into the cup. Let's see. Good. And then we put a little bit of food coloring, just a few drops, carefully, and observe what happens. Carefully shake it. And try to observe what happens. So now the next thing we want to do is to pour this mixture into the water and watch for the fireworks. Leave it for some time. You see that? Very beautiful fireworks in the cup. Wow. You can try this with different colors of food coloring to see different effects. And now you would notice that we use two different temperatures of water, the cold water and the ordinary water. And the reason is because color dissolves faster in room temperature water and slower in the cold water. So for us to see this effect, we need to mix both of them so that it can take some time for the color to form the fireworks. You would also observe in this mixture that you have the oil sitting on top and the water below. Why? Because oil is lighter than water. Whatever stays on top of the water is lighter than what is at the bottom. So if you drop something into this water, like a stone, you would observe that the stone sinks to the bottom because it's heavier than water. Also, you would see here that the color only dissolves in the water, not the oil. If you leave this over a particular period of time, you'll notice that the part where the oil is very clear, and the part where the water is stays with the food coloring. Now you can say that this color dissolves only in water and not in oil. Now I want to ask you a question. Remember, we said the concepts we are learning from these science experiments are dissolution, density, and diffusion. And we said diffusion is the movement of molecules or substances from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Now I want to ask, what particular mixture or substance did you put inside the mixture that moved from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration? It is the food coloring. The reason is because when you put the food coloring together with the oil into the mixture, you will observe that it took a while for it to move to form the fireworks before it mixed with the water to form what we have now. So you move from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Now remember, density is how loosely or tightly packed molecules are in an object, and the different levels of liquids determines which is lighter than the other. So we're going to try out different liquids at home. You can try out dishwashing soap, methylated spirit, or different liquids at home. Put them together in a glass, probably add them to your mixture, and see which is heavier or lighter than the other. Try to explore at home. Do this experiment, use different food colorings of your choice, and you can make this as long as you want, and observe different liquids that are lighter or heavier than the other. You would also notice from this that the food coloring only mixed with the water, not the oil. That is to say, food coloring is only dissolvable in water, not in oil. So you can try this experiment at home. Let us know how you do it. You can tag us on our social media pages, and we look forward to exploring more science experiments next week. You can follow us on our social media platforms for more engaging content, projects, and experiments.